In the incredible life journey of a young man who began with very little, faced a frightening situation with a drug gang, scored an unbelievable goal at Qatar World Cup, and later went through tough times at Spurs, followed by mental health issues, we explore the fascinating story of Richarlison. But before we dive into this captivating tale, make sure to follow our channel for more updates. Richarlison de Andrade, known as Richarlison, came into the world on May 10, 1997, in a modest neighborhood in Nova Venecia, a small town in southeastern Brazil with around 50,000 inhabitants. Despite this area's economic struggles, it was a place where local kids would kick a ball around barefoot all day long. Richarlison was the oldest of 5 children, born of hard-working parents. His dad worked as a stonemason and his mom juggled jobs as a cleaner in an ice cream cellar. Essentially, he grew up in poverty. However, life took a tough turn for Richarlison's family when his parents split up, and he chose to live with his mom. At just 11 years old, he had to start working to help make ends meet. Besides helping out on his grandpa's farm, he did odd jobs like selling ice cream and washing cars, all before chasing his dream of playing football. Every now and then, he'd cross paths with his dad, who always told him to stick to his first love, football. And so, Richarlison, true to his name, set out on a mission to play football. But growing up in a broken family in a poor neighborhood came with its fair share of challenges that could have changed the course of his life. Football, in Richarlison's case, became his saving grace. When he was just 14, something happened that nearly cost him his life. One night, he and his friends were coming back from a football game, and they accidentally walked into an area controlled by a drug dealer. A gun was pressed against his head. The drug dealer wasn't too pleased, thinking they were there to steal his stuff. But Richarlison, in a moment of sheer desperation, showed him the football they had been playing with. Eventually, the drug dealer let him go, but not before giving him a stern warning never to come back. Richarlison later talked about the scary moment in an interview, saying, "I was really scared at that time because if he had pulled the trigger, it would have been all over." The drug dealer told us that if he ever saw us again, he wouldn't hesitate to shoot me and my friends. After he lowered his gun, I turned and ran. I never went back to that street. I didn't say anything to him. I was just too terrified. But as they say, slow and steady wins the race. This incident didn't discourage him. He kept his eyes on the prize, and 2 years later, when Richarlison was 16, a miracle unfolded. His life took a dramatic turn when he crossed paths with businessman Renato Velasco, who recognized his potential while watching him play for the youth team at the local club Real Noroeste. Renato Velasco decided to lend him a helping hand and gifted him a pair of proper football boots, as until then, Richarlison had been making do with mismatched ones. After providing him with these essential boots, Renato Velasco told Richarlison, "I'm going to support you because you have real talent." The talent that Renato Velasco saw in him propelled Richarlison to join América Mineiro in Brazil's second-tier league in December 2014, and then make a leap to Fluminense, a top-tier Brazilian club, just a year later. This club would later become home to emerging stars like João Pedro. It was a memorable day when Richarlison put pen to paper on a remarkable 5-year contract with Serie A club Fluminense. The moment he had been waiting for arrived on May 13, 2016, when he made his debut in a crucial Copa do Brasil match. In that game, he played a pivotal role, contributing to every one of his team's goals in an electrifying 3-3 draw at home against Ferroviária, sealing a convincing 6-3 aggregate victory. Just 2 days later, he stepped onto the league stage for the first time, starting in a thrilling 1-0 away victory against his former club, América. His moment of glory in the league arrived on June 26, when he scored the winning goal in a 2-1 triumph over their arch-rivals, Flamengo. Interestingly, he came on as a late substitute, but was later substituted due to an injury. In the 2017 Campeonato Carioca, Richarlison was on fire, scoring 8 goals in 12 games and earning a spot in the season's best team. His club finished second to Flamengo, but one highlight was his goal on April 22 in a dominant 3-0 semi-final win over Vasco da Gama at the famous Maracanã Stadium. But someone rang a bell a few months after, which our striker had to pick up. In August, a pivotal phone call from the new Watford manager, Marco Silva, convinced Richarlison to make a last-minute decision to reject Ajax and instead sign up with the Hornets. His debut for the club came as a substitute in a thrilling 3-3 draw against Liverpool on the opening day of the 2017-2018 Premier League season. In his very next match, which was against AFC Bournemouth, he scored his first goal for Watford in a 2-0 victory. What's impressive is that he was the only player in the Watford squad to feature in every Premier League match that season and managed to score 5 goals during the season. But Richarlison had his sights set on something bigger. After just one season with Watford, he made a significant move to Everton. The transfer to his new Premier League club took place on July 24, 2018, with the transfer fee initially set at £35 million, potentially rising to £50 million. This move also marked a reunion with his former Watford manager, Marco Silva. In his competitive debut for Everton on August 11, he displayed his prowess by scoring 2 goals in a thrilling 2-2 draw against Wolverhampton Wanderers. However, 2 weeks later, he faced a setback when he was sent off in the first half of a match against Bournemouth with a red card for a clash of heads with Adam Smith. Due to the underperformance of other Everton strikers, Richarlison found himself in the center-forward position for a game against Leicester City on October 6, scoring in the 7th minute to secure a 2-1 away victory. 4 weeks later, he shone again, scoring twice in a 3-1 triumph over Brighton and Hove Albion. By the end of the season, he had emerged as Everton's joint highest goalscorer, sharing the honor with Gylfi Sigurðsson, both having notched 13 Premier League goals and 14 goals in all competitions. Heading into the 2019-2020 season, Richarlison was given the coveted number 7 shirt. Once again, he finished the season as the club's joint highest goalscorer, this time sharing the honor with Dominic Calvert-Lewin. Both players had scored 13 Premier League goals and 15 goals in all competitions. On December 3, 2019, Richarlison showed his commitment to Everton by signing a new 5-year contract. On February 20, 2021, he achieved a remarkable feat by scoring the first goal in a historic 2-0 victory over Liverpool at Anfield, marking Everton's first away win over their rivals since September 1999. Richarlison was the talk of the town, and he aimed higher. Little did we know that his next move would lead to a frustrating dry spell. It felt like a step into the unknown. In 2022, Tottenham Hotspur made headlines by signing Richarlison until 2027, pending a work permit for a hefty fee of £50 million, plus a potential £10 million in add-ons. However, in his debut season with Tottenham during the 2022-2023 Premier League, Richarlison struggled to score, managing just 1 goal. As the 2023-2024 Premier League season kicked off, there was hope he'd fill the void left by Harry Kane's departure. But by the end of the 4th game that season, Richarlison still hadn't found the net. His goal drought extended to his performances with the Brazil national football team, which added to his frustration. The photo of Richarlison in tears after being substituted during a World Cup qualifier against Bolivia, where he couldn't score, made headlines. It was during this challenging time that Richarlison openly discussed seeking professional help to address his mental health concerns. Criticism of players in football is common, but it's crucial to consider the intense pressure they face. Richarlison's current situation is a cause for concern, and it's a topic that often goes unaddressed but deserves attention. Football needs Richarlison to perform at his best. He's an outstanding player. Richarlison himself has recognized the importance of seeking psychological help after a recent game. He intends to get this support when he returns to England to come back even stronger. Before Spurs' Premier League match against Sheffield United, Postecoglou emphasized the team's commitment to supporting its players. He noted that while not all support is visible to the public, they offer assistance tailored to each player's needs. Whether a player asks for help or it's offered by the team, they are ready to assist Richarlison in finding the support he needs to bounce back. Let me ask you again, isn't it too tough to fault him for not scoring? Remember, he's just a regular person. We genuinely hope he gets better and returns to his top performance, because having a fully charged up Richarlison is fantastic for the game. We cherish Richarlison, who never lets us down and always gives his all on the field. If you like the video, do subscribe to the channel for more updates. We will catch you in the next one.